and hope you're having a bell ringing day. Kind of miserable here in Chicago today. It's a little rainy. Let me give you a temperature. I think it's a little nippy out there today. Had a nice day yesterday. Today it's 67 degrees and rainy this morning here at 7:30 in the morning. We're broadcasting early. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So, DJ Wonder, Chrissy Land Cruiser Midwest, we're going to talk about the DNC and what I see as some of the problems, or at least one of the problems of the DNC. Not going to be bell ringing in Chicago. They say that they're going to have loads of police, FBI, Secret Service, whoever, flooding the streets of Chicago. Do you see a problem with that? The Chicago neighborhoods, let's just say the minority neighborhoods of Inglewood and Austin are not pleasant streets. Not pleasant streets. The normal Chicago cops barely like to walk those neighborhoods, let alone drive through them. As far as I know, in a lot of those neighborhoods and some specific streets, cops don't show up unless there's a shot spotter sound like that. Yeah, that's a shot spotter recognizes that, and then they'll send somebody out to take a look. So now you're telling me, and the Chicago cops are the ones that are going to be doing all the riot policing at the DNC, okay? They've been trained to do, they got all the headgear and the batons and whatever else, the mace and water cannons, who knows what else. But so the Chicago police are going to be dedicated to the DNC areas. A lot of these visiting, we call them visiting police and agents are going to be helping out in the neighborhoods. Yeah, they're going to be helping out in the neighborhoods. How would you like to be one of those visiting cops and be assigned to Inglewood? Yeah, yeah, or Roseland or Austin. Yeah, how would you like to be assigned in those neighborhoods for a week? And you're coming from some place like Columbus, Ohio, or Dayton, Ohio, or Indianapolis, Indiana, and you're not familiar with the area, you're not familiar with the people, and you just got assigned to the nasty part of town. Not going to be good. Not going to be good. And I got a feeling that crime in the hood is going to go through the roof the next couple of weeks. And let's just say let's hope that nobody gets hurt. Let's let's just say that none of these visiting agents get hurt because I don't think they know what they're up for. And maybe they'll buddy up with a Chicago cop, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Chicago is down 2,000 cops. They really need to hire 2,000 cops, and they can't because they just can't. There's not enough people that want to be a cop anymore. They barely add 100 to 200 new cops a year through the academy, and people have been ever since the jabby. People have been retiring. People have been moving out of state. People have been poached by Florida. I know a lot of them moved to Florida and took up a job in Florida where they're appreciated, where they're not tying their hands with how they can do things, and they're not risking their lives as much as they are in the city of Chicago and some of these nasty neighborhoods. So that's something to look for, right? I got a feeling we're going to see some of these neighborhoods in Chicago erupt over the next couple of weeks here as we head through the DNC. No buses. I was just over Nine finger wrenching. Who would want the job? Yeah. No support, no backing. Yeah, yeah, Brandon Johnson is for the people who are not familiar with Chicago, we have a mayor in Chicago by the name of Brandon Johnson. He is kind of like a squad member. He's ultra progressive. He believes in defunding the police. And I'm going to ask too. I mean, we got all these Secret Service and visiting police people coming to town. Where are all the social workers that he wants, right? Why don't they send some of the social workers out there to talk to these protesters and straighten them out, right? No, they're gonna use police to patrol those protests and marches and what have you. And um, but he's got this vision of the Chicago neighborhoods being saved by social workers. Yeah. Um, the police don't want to go into these neighborhoods with their tools and boomsticks, let alone a social worker who's got nothing. I mean, envision that. Envision a social worker trying to talk to a drug dealer on a street corner with no protection, right? Not going to be a good situation. For a lot of you people, yeah, Chicago's devolved. Part of the problem in Chicago is we have 5,000 gangs. Back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we maybe had 4 or 5 gangs, and it was easy to control them because the mayors of Chicago back in those days, anytime they had a gang problem, they would call in the leader. And they knew who the leaders were, right? You only had 5 gangs, so you just call in those leaders and you have a sit down and you talk to them and you tell them the way it is, right? Say, knock it off. And if you don't, we're going to do this, this, and this to you. So that seemed to work real well in the old days, but now they have these micro gangs, and there's over like 5,000 known gangs in Chicago, and make over 100,000 gang members documented. So yeah, Chicago's a big gang town. And if you watched the video I did yesterday, we had some people from Chicago come out to my fair suburb here and try to break into like cars. They broke into about 10 cars. They stole at least one car, and people lost some boomsticks in their car. I mean, why people leave boomsticks in their cars beyond me. But anyway, some people also lost some debit cards, and they found out that these debit cards were used down in the city shortly after being stolen from people's cars. So sounds like they were able to fleece these cars pretty readily. At least 10 of them in one neighborhood in my town were had some issues last couple of days. So yeah, they're when these people in the city, they run out of things to steal in their neighborhood, they come to other people's neighborhood. That's how it works. Oh, the nine finger wrenching. He lives in Memphis. Oh my gosh, what I've seen about Memphis, I don't think I'd want to spend much time there. Although I'd like to see Graceland. Love to see Graceland, but I think the rest of the town is like a train wreck. You guys had some nasty things happen there last year, and I'm not sure it's gotten any better. And yeah, you guys had some police problems too, right? I think I saw about a year ago where your police like just started beating up on people and um, got pretty nasty. And then there was that lady, that wealthy lady that was jogging on the campus of one of your colleges down there and lost her life. So yeah, that's the type of stuff that happens in Chicago and some of these bad neighborhoods. Got to watch out, folks. You got to be prepared. You got to be ready for whatever the hell's coming your way. Um, get yourself some nice Vexor. This is made in Illinois. It is pepper spray. This is military grade pepper spray. $8-9 a can on Amazon. If your state allows it, you can just order this on Amazon. It's a nice 4-ounce bottle. You can shoot this about 10 to 15 feet, so you don't even have to be close to the guy. Nine Finger Wrenching says it's like Memphis is just like most city. Crime lives mostly in certain areas, but the cancer spreads to other areas at any moment. Yeah. Like I said, they steal and pillage everything that they can, and then when they run out of stuff in their neighborhood, they start coming to your neighborhood, right? And then they take your stuff. It's all about stuff. All about stuff. That's what it is. So you got to be able to protect yourself. You got to be able to protect your stuff. And they're having problems out here in the burbs too. Some of these people are going door to door. They kind of case out houses during the day, and they do some scams too, where they'll pose as driveway repair people, and just to get you to come to the door, and then they'll start a scam on you, and try to get somebody in your house and pillage it while they're talking to you, or they'll bring you outside and try to explain to you that you have a problem on the side of your house. While that's happening, someone goes through the front or the back door and fleeces everything they can out of your house while you're not paying attention. They kind of they kind of focus on the elderly people, and they run a scam on them. That's been happening more and more in the suburbs. Um, Criminals are creative. They are. Criminals are creative, and um, they'll do whatever they got to do to disconnect you from your assets. Right? You got assets, you got cool stuff, and they want it too. So protect yourself. Be prepared, and don't be under any false impressions that it's not going to happen to you. There's a lot of people I know. 3 4 years ago, they said, "Oh, don't worry about it. There's no crime in my city." Well, guess what? Fast forward a couple of years, now they have crime in their city. And then you talk to them, they say, well, there's crime in my city, but it's not going to happen to me. And then fast forward another year, and it happens to the house next to them. These people are delusional. These people are in denial. I'm sure you guys know them too. They're usually liberals. Yes, the wealthy liberals think that they are protected. And I'm here to tell you that's the wealthy liberals is what the criminals want. They want the wealthy liberals. Those are the people that are stupid and rich. So if you're a liberal and you're wealthy, you're a prime target for crime, whether you believe it or not. So there you go. It's the conservatives that the criminals watch out for, because those are the Second Amendment people. You know what I mean? Those are the people that believe in protection. Yeah, they don't want anything to do with those people. So I'm here to tell you I'm a conservative and I believe in protection. So there you go. There you go. I protect my assets. I protect my moolah. I protect my family. I protect everything. Um, you got to, folks. You got to. You got to protect your stuff. Otherwise, no one will. So there you go. Hope you're having a good day. It's Thursday already. My God, it's Thursday. People are going to be coming into the DNC. I'm hearing there's just oodles and oodles of law enforcement converging on Chicago. Haven't heard any numbers yet about that, but it's going to get interesting. Going to be an interesting week here and weekend in Chicago as things get rolling. Things get rolling, and yeah, Chicago's just an interesting. Normally, Chicago's an interesting city. Throw in the DNC and oodles of protesters, and it's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. We're going to have, hopefully, somebody will be reporting this stuff. We'll be reporting it too as we get notification of the crime, and yeah, maybe the criminals are coming to the suburbs for the week. Maybe they don't even want to deal with the city. Maybe that's what's happening. Who knows? But we're going to be here to report it. We're going to be here to give you guys an update of the DNC and all of its gory detail. We were over in Wilmette a couple days ago. Check out that video. We were checking out to see if Governor Abbott had sent any buses to Wilmette, because that's a well-known dumping ground for migrants, because they are a welcoming suburban city. Many of the cities in the suburban Chicago area have passed ordinances that you're not allowed to drop off the migrants from a bus. Otherwise, they'll confiscate your bus and fine you up to like $1,000 per bus, and like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks per person. Yeah, like many towns along the metro tracks have enacted these new ordinances that they can fine the bus operators. So over in Wilmette, they actually do police escorts for them to the metro station from the tollway. So they're a welcoming city there, and thus that's where a lot of the buses have been gone. So we checked that out earlier this week. Nothing going on. Oh, we got Mofo. Yeah. Mofo says he has a front sign that says "Danger, trespassers will be violated." Have you heard about the sign that says, basically shows a Second Amendment piece of device that said, due to the ammo shortage, we don't give warning shots anymore. That's another good one too. You may want to put on your property. That one will make people think more than twice. Yeah. Yeah, you got to let people know. You got to let people know you don't want to be an easy victim, an easy target. So you definitely want to have some Second Amendment signs around. You definitely want to have some cameras around, because when they start seeing stuff like that, then they know you're not an easy target. So word to the wise. Got to protect yourself. And as I said, get yourself some of this Vexor stuff here. This is some good stuff. Military grade. This will shoot a stream 10 to 15 feet without problems. And it leaves a nasty stain. It's like orange. Check out YouTube. There's some videos out there where people are using this. Get an idea how it works and how effective it is. And got to be safe. Gotta be safe. So I'm going to end for today. And we'll end this video as we end all of our other videos. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Land Cruiser Midwest. This is Migrant Mayhem. We're talking the DNC today, and probably the next week we'll be talking DNC quite a bit. But anyway, we'll do it with a hand slap and a see ya.